What if the greatest act of self-love was not going to the spa for a whole day, or going to a meditation retreat, or going to get a therapy session or a massage? What if the greatest act of self-love is something as simple as cooking yourself a meal on a regular basis? That simple ancient act. What if? Let's talk about that. Hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Sada Supreme Wellness. My name is Sada Sharon Bandelise, and I am a mind, body, spirit, holistic health coach. And I help women, I help and support single women in midlife to create themselves to be the greatest version of themselves, to help them transition and be all of who they are, be the fullest version of themselves ever in the second chapter of their life. That's my passion. That's what I'm doing. And if we can all do this together and support each other in the doing of it, then I think that this could be a beautiful community full of soul sisters in support of one another, watching and cheering each other on. So if that appeals to you, then please join the channel and stay tuned, because today I want to talk about the profound value of cooking your own food. More and more, I meet women that always tell me that they don't cook. That is like so common. Oh, I don't cook. My husband cooks, or I order out, or no, I don't cook. I don't have time. Just like I would say 95% of women that I encounter do not cook. And I believe, once again, that it has something to do with women stepping more into masculine energy. I know it's gonna upset you when I say that cooking is a feminine act. It's not an obligation. It's not like, it is, we have to be home cooking and that's all we do. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as divine feminine beings, we hold the majority of the nurturing energy, because we bring forth the life. We create the babies, we create the humans. And to create a human, you have to have the ability to nurture that human to become a full functioning human being. It needs a lot of nurturing. So we hold the original nurturing power and gift. We were blessed with that because we need to be able to nurture not only ourselves, because first, before you can give to somebody else, you have to first give to yourself, right? You gotta first put the mask on yourself so that you can go rescue the rest. If you can't breathe, you can't help somebody else breathe, right? If you're dead, you can't help nobody. So first we have to nurture ourselves before we can nurture these babies and everything else and everybody else, right, that we bring forth. So self-nurturing is number one. And when we kill that, instinct in us, when we neglect it, when we don't practice it, we lose our balance in our feminine energy. we lose it, and we go more toward the masculine energy, because it is such a huge part of our feminine energy, is the ability to nurture. So I wanna place so much attention on this, because we have no idea what really happens when we take the time to cook. First of all, you can never control your health when you place the responsibility in somebody else's hands. A large portion of your health has to do with what you put into your body, because what you put into your body is what you become. Your body absorbs it, your blood absorbs it, your cells, it becomes you. So it is of the utmost importance that you make sure that what you put in your body is what you want to become, is what you want to become. So that's the first thing, that you can never control your health, your weight, whatever, when you are not the one preparing the food. The food is supposed to be the medicine, and the medicine is supposed to be the food. So we can create delicious meals that are pleasing to the eye, pleasing to the taste bud, and pleasing to the cells. All of that is possible, but we cannot do that if we always allow somebody else to prepare our food. Now let's talk about the whole act of cooking. It's like an art. It's like a healing process. The ancient women knew that the kitchen was a sacred place. It was a place where it was like a lab. It was a place where medicine is turned into a meal. It's an art. It's a divine practice. And they would bring prayer and a state of meditative, state of being meditative and creative into the kitchen. So it could look like you just taking the time to really appreciate and bless the vegetables and the fruits and whatever that you're going to prepare, to really look at them and show appreciation for these foods that are going to nourish you. When you're chopping them up, that you do it mindfully. You're present. You have to be present with the food and give thanks and praises to these foods that are going to nourish you. You put on some music, if you can, that is going to allow you to feel a certain way, to feel the flow of the universe, to feel the love. Music is the language of the universe. You can sing a song. I mean, all of that will be present in the food. And I'm going to tell you a little story. You're going to think it's crazy. When I was a teenager, like, my mother loved to cook for us. She loved it. It was her joy to create these meals that everybody was raving about, right? When I was a teenager, at some point, her food started to taste differently to me. And I could taste in the food that she was no longer enjoying the cooking. I could taste in the food that she was not in that, that blissful, happy place anymore, that she was not feeling it. And so I told her, I said, your food doesn't taste like joy and love anymore. I'm not enjoying it. So I'm gonna go eat at grandma's for a while until you find your groove. And she was shocked. She first tried to deny it, but then she thought about it. She thought about it and she said, you know what? I'm feeling a bit funky these days. I got some issues going on because, women sometimes neglect their needs. They're so busy taking care of the family that they're neglecting their own needs. And somehow she had some issues that she was holding, that I think she was resentful about, things that had to do with, her and my dad, I believe. She didn't tell me all the things that it was. I just know that she took it seriously. She took it seriously, and she, I think, handled her business. And after a while, things went back to normal, and her food started to taste like her again. But this is why I'm telling you, I have experienced the food, the difference in foods, according to how somebody is feeling when they're preparing the food. That's another reason why you're taking such a risk eating somebody else's food, because you don't know how pissed off they are when they're preparing the food, and all of that energy you are ingesting. Sometimes we think that we get sick, we get food poisoning because the food was spoiled. Not necessarily. Sometimes the food, the energy that the food was prepared with, hit you. It hit your body in a way that is causing your body to respond in a negative way, because the food was prepared in a negative frame of mind. Remember that everything is energy. Even if it looks, even if you can touch it, it's still energy. Even if it's heavy, it's still energy. Everything is energy in a different formula. So your food is energy, and your food absorbs the energy that it was prepared with through the person that is preparing the food. It's deep. It's really, really deep. And I want you to be aware of it. I want you to be aware of the true value of you cooking your own food, and that it is a decision and an act of self-love. It is one of the greatest ways of loving yourself, is to prepare that which sustains your vessel, that which sustains your temple. This temple that you have is one of the most precious assets that you have, because once it breaks down, your life breaks down. This vessel, this body, is moving you through life. Anywhere you want to go, it takes you. You want to go shopping, you want to go do this, you want to go traveling, you want to just step out of your house, you want to step out of your bed. Anything that you do because your body allows you to do it. Think about that. And then think about how you treat it, and what you feed it, and how you feed it. It is tremendous. It is tremendous when you choose to nurture your own body, to take control of your own well-being. Of course, every now and then you go out, you get some food, but it should never be given to outside sources. This is something that you daily have to do for yourself, just like you daily wash your body, you brush, you do the things daily. Now, feeding this vessel, this temple, is also a daily responsibility. And you should do it with love, creativity, dance, song, prayer, meditation, all of that. Preparing a meal, is like a moving meditation. And you're going to see how your creativity is going to come alive, and you're going to get ideas, recipes that came out of nowhere. Yes. Yes, indeed. I really, really hope that I was able to inspire you to take preparing your meals seriously, and to know that you're blessing yourself and probably the people that you share your meal with by preparing it in a place of love and appreciation for yourself, and ultimately your life. So until we meet again, I wish you lots of peace and love.